Welcome to the Blooming League of Original Podcasts.
G'day everyone, welcome to the Thrash and Treasure podcast, the podcast that pits the angels of musical theatre against the demons of thrash metal. The Thrash and Treasure is me, the treasure over there is that man Aaron. How are you, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thanks. Scatterbrained as usual. It's weird not hosting. Felt like all I've been doing is hosting lately, doing your job for you.
Yeah, doing my job for me, but then, a good person delegates down and gets gets the right people for the right job, so there you go. Anyway, I'm back in the hosting chair, so I'm happy with that.
And I'm sure our audience is too.
Oh, they're absolutely gagging, so that's good. All right. Shall we get straight into it, or do we have some chit chat? We've got nice weather. We can talk about nice weather. If this was a video podcast, you could see the sun streaming in my studio.
Yeah, you could see the sun streaming on me, which is artificial, of course, because it's me.
You or the sun?
But
Yeah.
it is actually nice outside. I actually have the window open for a change, letting
nice.
fresh air in, because it's not stinking hot.
Nice.
So I can let a nice cool breeze in. But you know what? I've spent a week with 2 evaporative air coolers on in my room, this one room, plus an air purifier, plus an air purifier and a desk fan, and it did jack shit, right? Yesterday, I turned off the air coolers. Lo and behold, it's nice and cool in my room today.
Okay, all right.
So what am I doing wrong with my air conditioners that everyone else seems to be doing right? I even put cool, chilled water in there and everything, which I don't think you'd have to do.
No,
but I do it anyway because I'm a nerd.
You don't. But see, the evap, it should just, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I've got my window closed because A, it's stinking hot outside and it's bin day, so they're just as likely to come driving past and empty the bin in the middle of the podcast. It would ruin the magic.
It would. I mean, at least I won't have to smell it. I don't know if your council has done this. Have you guys been given a kitchen caddy?
No. Sounds very Melbourne.
Okay. We used... Oh, shut up. Okay, so we used to have a recycling bin and a trash bin, a rubbish bin. This ain't fucking America, dude. Anyways, and then they decided to split that up, right? Because it would be the recycling every 2 weeks and the garbage bin every week.
Okay.
But now it's the garbage bin has no food waste in it because that goes in a green bin.
Okay.
There's a purple bin which has glass.
Oh my God.
But not every type of glass.
Jeez.
So
Okay.
if you break a drinking cup or a glass, you can't throw that in there.
Oh.
But you can throw a jar, like a strawberry jam jar when you're finished.
Okay.
And then there's the recycling, which is paper only, paper and cardboard only.
Yep.
Oh, and cans. Sorry. Paper and cans. And yeah, the garbage goes every 2 weeks.
Right. Oh, okay.
And the green bin goes every week.
Right.
And then the glass and the recycling alternate. And they also... Right, it's a pain in the ass.
That's too hard.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's so convoluted. There's also a kitchen caddy that we're supposed to keep in the kitchen, but not put a plastic bag in it, the fucking assholes.
Right.
So basically it's for food waste to caddy it or carry it, as a normal person would say, out to the green bin.
Right.
That just means your fucking kitchen stinks.
Okay.
And so say, or leave it at the back door. All right. So your back door stinks.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. At least having the garbage, the food waste in the garbage, they were in fucking garbage bags that we tied up.
Yeah, it all goes.
And there was things like napkins and stuff in there that would help soak up the juices and all that.
We have 2 bins.
Yeah, well, you're lucky.
We have the red top bin, which is rubbish, and the yellow top bin, which is recycling, and then we have garden bags. So if you mow the lawn, you chuck it in the bag, but you have to collect 4 bags before the council will pick it up. And my lawn, that would take me a year. So lawn clippings just go in the bin anyway.
Yeah, they go in our green waste.
Yeah, we don't have green waste. We have garden bags. So yeah, but we alternate the recycling every second week. But I think it should be every week because we there's more recycling in my recycling bin than rubbish in the rubbish bin. So anyway,
I can imagine the amount you drink.
the amount I yes, I recycle every wine bottle, and it's full of
Good.
it's full of beer cans at the moment. So anyway,
Well, this is because apparently we can't send our recycling to China anymore.
China. It's always China. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But what isn't trash, of course, is one of the greatest musicals ever written, which I gave to you this week.
Did you? No, you gave me Hair, of which, okay, so I got Hair. Thank you for the Hair. Everyone's heard of Hair. I'd heard of Hair, which that's pretty much is where it ends. I'd never heard it before or seen it. All I knew about it was there's a nudie scene.
Of course you did, you pervert.
And when that was first done in 1968, it was shock horror and everyone was offended by the human body. So that was a good reaction to that. That was pretty much all I knew about it. Here's a funny thing. What I didn't realize was how many songs I would know from this musical that I didn't know was in the musical, that I knew the song. So there was a lot of familiar songs and also a load of stuff I'd never heard of, which is a fair call. So it's all
okay. We'll just clarify. I picked the 2009 Broadway revival cast recording.
Yes,
and there are many, many, many recordings out there, and I promise you, I've heard every single one of them. And no two of them are the same.
Promise you, I hope. Oh, as in
right?
No, the songs are the same though.
No.
Oh,
no, because
what the hell?
Even something I've got to show you is completely out of order.
Okay.
And then there's little bits like the like just little like the Kama Sutra.
Stone Age. Yep.
The Stone Age, sorry, yeah. That bit isn't in half the recordings.
Okay.
And in some of the recordings, there's a song called The Bed, which is cut from most shows.
Right.
Because it's all basically them on a bed singing about the things that they can do in bed.
In bed. Okay. Oh, that's not a bad thing to sing about.
Well, it is a hippie musical. It's a love-in.
It is a big, massive love-in. All about it, and it's all very hippie and lovey, and I honestly think, and I didn't know that there was a million versions of this. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the Hair. It does. I know it's the new revival. It still does sound a little bit dated, but that's probably more to do with the fact that the key songs, I'm guessing Hair, the song, is in every version of Hair.
Oh yeah. That's the standard. Yeah, the main songs, but there are the littler ones. It's whether or not they're in the production is another matter.
Yeah,
appearing on the CD doesn't happen very often for a lot of them.
Right. Okay. The one thing about this, the first song everyone knows, and the first song is Aquarius, Age of Aquarius. I thought it was called Age of Aquarius, but apparently it's just called Aquarius. I did not know that song came from Hair. I don't know where it came from. Well, I didn't know it came from Hair.
Yeah.
It's I think everyone knows the song. Aquarius. It's actually a great song. It's a really good song. And I knew the song because everyone knows the song. I didn't know it was in Hair, which is probably more to do with my ignorance than anything else, because where did it come from? I actually thought Aquarius, the song, came from a musical called The Age of Aquarius. But, that's just dumb me.
Now, just got the album notes here. It says, a rock hymn, Aquarius, rock hymn in which the tribe mystically calls forth its visions of harmony and understanding.
Yeah. Oh, look, you've got the album.
The original Broadway from 1968 on vinyl.
Wow.
All right.
That is to
how nice is
that is to rival some of my vinyl collection. I've started. Do you know what? Do you know what I've started doing? Because I collect vinyl and I buy a lot of secondhand vinyl, and I've started looking for musicals.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, look for rare ones. That
I know
are
for the people who don't know what the hell they're selling, and I'm like, cha-ching. Anyway, that's a filthy.
Have you found any yet?
No, not yet. But I've got a few more vinyl fairs to get through.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
Aquarius.
So Aquarius, here's a problem.
They're all gathering to.
Yeah, here's
Yep,
here's the
the
problem.
problem?
They went too hard too soon. This is probably the best song on the album,
Do you
and
reckon?
it's the first song. It's all downhill from here, and the
I
rest
haven't
of
got a
it.
track listing.
It's. I was actually surprised, and I know this version is only an hour and 16 minutes long. It felt like 3 hours because there's 37 songs. Admittedly, some of them are like 46 seconds long,
Yeah.
and sub 3.
Which are the
sub
ones
3
that
minutes.
don't appear? Yeah.
Sub 3
They're the
minute
ones that won't appear on other albums.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Those shorter ones.
Which is the Kama Sutra, Stone Age 1, and
Oh no! Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Karma. What am I thinking of? Hare Krishna.
Hare
Sorry.
Krishna. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that's further on into it.
Yes. That's right before the interval.
Yeah.
Right before the nude scene.
Ah, okay. Hare Krishna.
It's
and
a
then they
big
go
big
nude.
love in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
what will happen is a big sheet will come onto the stage. It's pretty standard across all productions. This is the show that I have seen the most unique productions of.
Right. Okay. Jeez,
Because it is.
So
I first saw the movie Hair at 5 years old,
Mm.
and grew up with the music from there
Okay.
on. And it's been a huge part of my life. I have 2 peace signs tattooed on me.
Okay.
And I have posters and stuff of Hair on my wall. I have been as obsessed with it as Rent, but just for a
God.
little bit longer.
Okay.
Anyways, what was the point of that? Was unique. Oh, the nude scene.
The nude
Okay, so
scene.
typically a big sheet will come out and the cast will sort of spread it over themselves,
Mm.
and at the end of that, sort of slip away,
Okay.
and the whole cast will be Well, if people don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. It's not obligatory. Diane Keaton didn't do it. She
Wow.
refused in the original Broadway production, which is this.
What, the original, the 1968?
Yep.
Wow.
This one
She's
that
a,
I have on vinyl. Diane
she's a-
Keaton's in that.
she's a, okay. She's
Sorry?
a wuss. She's a wuss. That'd be,
No, you
that would be,
bing bonging.
yeah, I'm being wrong. That would be pretty hard to do, to go full naked.
Pre Annie Hall.
I don't know who Annie Hall is. That would be pretty hard to go fully naked on Broadway in front of a bunch of people. So, that's brave.
Well, okay. The idea of it isn't, and this is one thing that people just don't get when they hear, a nude scene. It's got to be gratuitous or something like that. And you're dead standing there naked.
Yeah.
Just standing there. And what it is, it's a liberation thing. It's just saying, this is who I am. Here I am, all of me. Take me as I am.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's basically, that's what it is. Well, that's how it was described to me many moons ago.
Okay.
And obviously it's one show I haven't done. I would have loved to have done it. And I totally would have done the nude scene because it's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And the lighting is typically blue.
Yeah. Okay.
So it drowns out a bit of the cracks.
Yeah. You smooths over the rough edges. You don't get obviously you don't get the nude scene on Spotify. So missed out on all of that.
Well, yeah. And they were actually going to do it on TV last year or the year before, 2019.
Okay.
NBC were going to do it, and obviously they would have cut out they would have had to cut out a lot. Think about it. The third song, Hashish, lists off a whole bunch of drugs. Sodomy lists off a whole bunch of sexual pleasures.
Yeah. Sodomy. Yeah. It's funny that it comes in pretty hard early on in it. With
it does, doesn't
hashish
it?
and sodomy, and I thought, God, where are we going to go from here? So,
well, these are the introductions to the characters,
right? Okay.
And it's a very non-linear story. Well, I wouldn't say story because there is barely a story there.
I had to keep checking that I didn't have it on shuffle because I have been accused of having it on shuffle before.
You have been,
and I didn't, and I thought, yeah, this is not linear. This is not a
no.
This hasn't been. It's not fed to you, in a nice little package of this is this bit and that bit, and it's a nice little story. So it's all kind of, yeah, man, we're just kind of all over the place, and depending on how much hashish you've had,
chilling out in the park.
yeah, they're just doing what hippies do.
Exactly. And it's like a character will get up and they'll sort of do their introduction, and those were the days of our lives or whatever it is. But it's that sort of, interaction with the characters, and we learn who they are. And then Sheila will come in with her protesting and stuff like that. And sort of it does, leads into songs. And then Act 2, most of that is an acid trip or an LSD trip.
That kind of makes sense now, because that was just weird.
Yeah.
It was a bit weird. I think this is another one of those things where listening to the soundtrack as a person ignorant of the whole thing, where listening to the soundtrack doesn't do the musical itself justice, if you know what I mean. So,
and you know what? It's funny because when I was younger and having had the movie first, I hadn't heard the original Broadway. I didn't hear that for quite a while. Maybe I was about 10 years old. 11, 12 years old, right? But the movie version, I always preferred the music. I always loved that music because it was very, I always use the term crisp, but that just, I'm basically saying that's, it's crisp, it's clear, it sounds good, and it flowed good. Whereas the Broadway version, when I first heard that, I originally thought, oh shit, that's messy as fuck.
Oh.
But that's the beauty of the show. As I've gotten older, I've learned that it is a very messy show, and it will always be a very messy show, because think about it, it came out in 1968. It was a big fuck you to politics and the war, the Vietnam War, and all that. It was a big fuck you to social norms. I mean, I said before, I stopped at sodomy, but then we go into colored spade. So remember, this was the 60s.
So you've got Hard, who lists off all these hateful racial epithets
of things that he's been called in his life, and he proudly embraces them for what they are, and embraces himself for who he is. And that song is a celebration. This show is a celebration of what it is to be alive, and what it is to be young, and what it is to be free. America could seriously use hair right now, but the problem is it's liberal arts crap, so the right wing aren't gonna embrace it, are they? And then the left wing will hear songs like Colored Spade or 3500 and the language that's used in that, and will cancel it. What a sad world we live in.
Yeah, if they were paying attention, which I wasn't. So, although they even up black boys with white boys. So I thought, oh, there you go. There's both sides.
Well, actually, I have the liner notes on that. White boys is, Black Boys bears a dedication to Governor George Wallace.
Okay.
And then Black Boys, no, I've gotten that wrong. Black Boys bears a dedication to Governor George Wallace. White Boys is, among other things, about mixed media. It might be a hint at mixed marriages.
Oh, okay.
I think.
All right.
Maybe, I don't know, or mixed relationships.
Well, that would make sense because it's clearly sung by black cast members.
Yeah. Black Boys is sung by the white.
Yes, and the
White Boys is sung by the black.
Sung by the black. Yeah. Yeah. It's all peace, love, and happiness. And there is some, from my perspective, there is some genuinely good songs in here. Most of which I didn't realize Let the Sunshine In came from this show either.
Yeah. But even more than like that build up to it. Because what's happened is Claude has gone off to war. So everyone's saying goodnight to each other and going home. And they're like, where's Claude? Where's Claude? He's not here. And the music starts up and he's in his uniform. He comes out, and then by the fourth or fifth bar or whatever, he gets shot. He gets shot a couple of times. And then that leads into Let the Sunshine In, which gives me goosebumps every time. It really is such a beautiful ending to a show that is outrageous, and it's sad, and it's funny, and it's crazy, and it's fucked up. It's like everything you could ever want in a show, except maybe horror. But then again, you got the horrors of war, and the trip that can be done sometimes be done in a real creepy way. It has everything in a show, and then it just ends on this truly beautiful number that is so uplifting and yeah, I absolutely love Hair. I
Mm.
really do. And I know it's very, again, polarizing. Assassins was terribly polarizing for a lot of people when it came out, and this was no different.
Yeah, I could see how it it would have been, and just not taking out there was a bit of there's a nudie run. Taking that out. The rest of it, there's some
Run.
pretty subversive shit in here. For
You sound like them. Nudie
nudie
run.
What,
What are they doing there? They're doing the helicopter on
just
stage,
doing
are they?
it. Woo woo woo.
They're
I mean, yeah.
standing there.
Look,
They are literally just standing
if
there. There is
I'm-
no movement at all. It is still. There is no
Alright, well,
running.
maybe this
This hyperbole boycott Hair over a nudie run.
there's something to work on. It's it's pretty subversive for 1968. It's I don't think it is. I don't think it is today. I could see how it was. There's not a lot in here that is going to shock you, but then I don't suppose it's supposed to shock you anyway.
No. And look, only a year later, in June 69, Oh Calcutta premiered on Broadway. Oh, so off Broadway.
Okay.
And that was a show, it was a review, basically. It was filled with nudity.
Okay.
There was no cohesive storyline at all. Even though Hair doesn't have much of a cohesive storyline, there's still a tiny bit.
Yep. It's a bit.
This had nothing.
Yeah.
So Hair paved the way for Oh Calcutta, which went on to be the longest running show on Broadway. And then I think it was the longest running show, but then the longest running revival when it got revived. So, and that's obviously since been eclipsed, but Hair very much was one of those groundbreaking musicals that for its time threw people for a six. And two of those people were my parents, who grew up to be conservatives.
Yeah.
However, in early, I don't even think they were married in 69, right? Because it premiered in Sydney in 69. And they flew up to Sydney to go see it. So I think this was before they were married. And anyways, that was the original Australian cast, which was 50 years ago last year.
Okay.
And
oh, look.
I have that on vinyl as well.
Of course you do.
Yeah, 1969. And isn't that a beautiful? You can't really see it, can you? So see this
Kind
really
of.
trippy.
Yep.
It's a pink
Trippy
sun,
face,
or like a fuchsia sun.
Sun with lots of sun hair coming off it. So
yeah. So this was one musical where numerous songs became hits. We had Aquarius.
Yep.
What else was there? Hair.
Okay. Well, Hair did. Hair ended up being. I actually think I first heard Hair because it was in a shampoo commercial.
Yeah, anyway. Hair would have been in a. Yeah, it would have been in a shampoo
it just makes,
commercial.
It makes sense. It just. I'm sure it was.
And of course the Flesh Failures. Easy to Be Hard. That's become a hit as well. I think it was. Was it Three Dog Night?
Okay.
Is that who it is? Who are they?
I don't know.
Are they a band?
Yeah, they were a band. Yeah, back in around about the same time. But yeah, I couldn't.
67. Three Dog Night. Hang on, I'm looking them up. I know. I'm pretty. Yeah. Easy to Be Hard from Hair.
There we go.
It peaked at number 4.
Hey, look at that.
On the US charts. I don't know anything else they've sung, but Three Dog Night. How did I remember that?
I don't know.
I don't even remember to eat half the time.
Yeah, you've got 3 copies of this musical, so yeah.
I think I have the original off-Broadway as well somewhere. Plus, I've got CD versions of all of these, as well as the 1992 Australian cast recording. And the 2004 Actors Fund, which has a whole bunch of stars and even RuPaul's in it.
Okay.
So it was a charity concert that they did. That along with this one and the 92 Australia one, I think are the most complete recordings. I think. But I also have it in Spanish, German, Japanese. What else? Oh, I've got a lot. I have a lot of them. I love Hair. I really do. But the movie is very different. They gave it more of a story, changed the characters up. I love the movie, but it's not the stage show.
Okay, so it's still a musical movie. They're still singing in the movie.
Yeah.
It's not like a drama. Okay. And did the
And
movie?
there's-
What came first?
The chicken.
Okay, cool.
No, the
All right, good.
musical came first.
Oh, the music came first, then they made a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
The movie was 78, I want to say, 79. It was Miloš Forman and it had Beverly D'Angelo
Okay. Who?
from National Lampoons.
I'd have to look it up. Yeah, I know her name.
Okay, well, so yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Did
Hair.
you enjoy it? I still can't
No,
tell.
I didn't. No,
Oh.
I did not.
But there's so
Like,
many songs that you knew.
The best, and so many of them were really short, which made it good. No, I knew that. Look, I enjoyed the songs that I knew, and I was surprised a little bit by the songs that I heard and went, "How come I know this song? I didn't know it was in here."
Yeah.
But
So by default,
no, this is not. It was, but in between. Okay, if I was making this album, it'd be 3 songs long. Honestly, it would be like I'm going to give it Hair, I'm going to give it Aquarius, and maybe 4 songs. Good Morning Starshine gets in there, and Let the Sun Shine In gets in there, and everything else is just it's just noise. It was just I was just like, okay, when's the good thing about it was the songs were over quick, but then they were replaced by other songs that I didn't particularly enjoy either. So.
didn't you enjoy the message?
See, I was thinking about
Do
this
you
as well,
even know the message of Hair?
and I get the message, and because I hated Rent and I hate gay people and their struggle, I clearly hate hippies, and I hate peace, and I hate, whatever else. I
hate
war,
peace.
Apparently. So yeah, because I hate
love war.
apparently yeah because
you're saying it for me.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah
you hate hippies. You
I
hate pot.
I hate who doesn't so up in
You hate sex.
I hate yeah, well maybe just the sodomy side of it, so because but I'm not going to judge. No, do you know what, I actually thought I thought it was a bit dated, just because the whole
It is
piece
set in 69.
Well, I know that. So why reprise it?
Or
Write
whenever
something new.
it's
Give
set.
me something new.
No.
There you go.
This
it's
is
kind of
what I love about theatre.
It's having said that, I would still watch Easy Rider, because I still think it's relevant today. But
Exactly.
it didn't grab me. It didn't grab me at all.
Oh.
And I knew it was a big thing because it was Hair. Because even if you don't know musical theatre, I think you've heard of it. But
Yeah.
in between the songs that I enjoyed, I was just like, whatever. I don't care. I just take you and your hippies, go and have your little hippie circle somewhere else, and get off my Spotify and stop ruining my algorithm with your damn songs with a deep message. So yeah.
Well, that's shit.
Yeah. And then I find out you're obsessed with it. So it was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't give that away this time. I'm not going to give you the ammunition to shit all over something I love again.
I got a feeling that you loved it, and while I'm listening to it, I'm going, look, I'm open mind and I'm listening, and it.
I'd hope so. You did on a musical about mind altering drugs.
It felt like hard work, is what it felt like. So,
Really?
But having said that,
It's fun to see live. See it live.
Having said that, I think the soundtrack doesn't do it justice because it's a musical and it's a live show, and I possibly might enjoy it a bit more than that, but or not. Maybe I'll just still sit there going, get to the good songs. So
Well, it's not a rock opera. Unlike Rent, which has minimal dialogue but mostly all songs, Hair is a traditional musical in the sense that...
Is there even one piece of dialogue in there? Probably a little. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't very long.
yeah, there was on that album. And there is on other ones. They have them interspersed or whatnot, but there is a lot of dialogue in the show.
Yeah.
A lot of dialogue.
I get that.
So it is it's a traditional musical, but not a rock opera, which a lot of people mistake it for. It's not. It's a rock musical. Full
Rock
stop.
musical. Yeah, and there's a bit of rock in there, some little bit of guitar in there, and all that sort of thing. So yeah,
It's called the American Tribal Love Rock Musical. on the cover of the original Broadway album. So
yeah, so I've listened to it. I probably listened to it twice. I very much doubt I will listen to it ever again out of choice.
Try a different recording. Try it in German.
I'll try it in German.
Music.
Yeah, here in German.
Do it in German. Yeah. It's called Haare, Haare. You'll find it on Spotify. It's really good. Obviously, you can't understand, but it is kind of surreal.
That'd be challenging. Yeah.
Yes. In Spanish, it's beautiful too. I love foreign language musicals.
I watched Die Hard in Spanish.
Did you?
Yeah, 3 years ago, when I was in Barcelona. We put the TV on and Die Hard was in there and it was dubbed in Spanish, and I watched it for about 45 minutes and just cracked up laughing because it was just amazing. It was wonderful.
La Jungla de Cristal.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was called.
No, it's a legit title, dude.
Yeah, it was fantastic though. Just watching them deliver everything in Spanish. So yeah. I think I actually filmed it and put it on Facebook or something. But anyway.
Oh, did you? A reaction video. Oh wow, so exciting!
Reaction video.
Can't wait to see a reaction.
And if I had more time, I would have watched the whole thing. But yeah, I think it was the only TV I watched while I was there. So yeah, it was good. Anyway, okay, so I'll do that. I'll do Spanish hair and see, because everything's better in Spanish. Yeah,
try it in Spanish, because it's the music. Even with the metal albums which I review, I look at it from two angles: the music and the lyrics. So anyway, speaking of which,
I'm giving hair a solid 2 out of 5.
Oh,
it's a solid 2. That's I gave it 1 for Aquarius and another 1 for hair.
I think once you have all those nudie bits shoved in your face, you'll up it up to at least a 3.
With the 3 with a nudie run. All right.
Nudie run. That's it.
Peace, love, and nudie runs. Yeah.
The most sedated, slowest nudie run I've ever seen, I tell you that. They went so far, so incredibly quickly, and then they came back before we even knew it.
Coming this summer, winter, spring, or fall, the first ever musical theater sitcom, where you go behind the scenes of the latest West End show, the Fosse Forest Ballet.
Where's the important stuff? Aha! £1,000 a week ensemble rate. That's what Mamma Mia likes.
Starring Philip Joel and a West End cast featuring Kerry Ellis, Darren Day, Louise Demon, and Oliver Saville, and more.
It all started in 1987 when I was a jobbing actress working in a diner.
Yeah, it's just I had a really bad experience when I was touring Australia with a wombat.
Darling! Mwah, mwah. La, la. How long have I been mentoring you? 3 months?
2 years.
So her name is Henrietta.
The horse. Yes. I've managed to secure you an audition for the biggest, most innovative, and the latest show to be going into the West End. Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Think more along the lines of Panto.
Frozen.
You can watch this episode for the price of a coffee. Simply go to www.thefosseforestballet.com. Any and all profits go back to theatre charities, acting for others, and the Theatre's Trust. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll see a grown man in sparkly tights.
Tight nights. Nice tights.
Yeah, all right. So we'll move on.
Yes.
Do you want to tell everyone what shit you gave me this week?
I gave you one of the greatest metal albums that's not really metal of all time. Wasn't quite as old as Hair, but it was back in 1989, I think. The third album and the first album with, and I've forgotten his name, It's the first, sorry, I'm going to start this again. And it's the first album, the third album from the band, the first album with Mike Patton on vocals, and it's Faith No More, The Real Thing. And you'd have to be living under a rock to have missed this one, I think.
Well,
because it was huge.
Apparently I was living under a fucking rock. Shit. I mean, I'd heard Epic.
Yeah.
Which I'll get to.
Mm.
Would you like to hear my review?
Yes, I would.
When I first saw the cover, I wondered if this joke format is stale.
Oh, no. It still gets a laugh out of me.
Oh, that's right. Oh, good. All right, so I wrote "Shut up, Gareth" ready for you to say yes it is. So. Shut up, Gareth.
I think it's better like that.
Okay.
And while, sure, I have heard of Faith No More, I still had to say 5 Hail Marilyns before listening.
And I always knew Epic, but nothing else. So I always figured they were one-hit wonders. Turns out they have more songs, like From Out of Nowhere. I wish I'd go back there. Epic. Next. Falling to Pieces. I wish I was. Surprise, you're dead. Also, I wish I was. Zombie Eaters. Great. Another song about Trump fans.
Hey.
The Real Thing? Is it though? Underwater Love. Yep. Sounds like they're drowning. The Morning After. Yep. Sounds like they're hungover. Woodpecker from Mars. No jokes. Fucking brilliant title.
Yeah. War
Pigs. The alternate name for our podcast. And Edge of the World. Please fall off.
Wow. You found the bonus tracks too.
Oh yes, no, I did. We'll get to. I haven't heard them yet though. I had hair to listen to. What is this, Bushwick? Shit. I did notice there was a through line from Epic, which made this album sound somewhat like a concept album, which I didn't hate.
But since this band was selected by an Aussie theatre actress,
that just goes to show it really does take a woman to do a man's job.
Okay.
3.5 stars.
Wow. Is that the shortest review you've ever? That's the shortest review you've ever.
No,
written.
it's only because I didn't have time. I'm trying to write a novel. You understand? So the more words that go down in here, the less words are going down on my novel.
Oh, I know.
So
it's interesting. I had this on cassette, and Edge of the World was on. It wasn't a bonus track. It just appeared on the cassette. I think it was track 5 or 6 or something, which I think is.
Well, there was 11 tracks.
Yeah, which is probably the. Yeah, on the vinyl version there was only 9. So. Yeah.
Was there?
But I had it on cassette, and I thought Edge of the World was probably one of the strongest on there and should have been on there. But anyway, and War Pigs is a Black Sabbath cover of the Black Sabbath song. So that was a bit...
Oh, that's a good segue from last week.
It was...
hang on, wait. All right, so another reason to have chosen Hair was because back in the 60s... Sharon Osbourne, as we know, we did Ozzy Osbourne last week and spoke about Sharon Osbourne a fair bit. Her father, or estranged father, I think probably at the time, considering everything that happened, right? Don Arden and a bunch of people stormed the offices of a man named Robert Stigwood on behalf of the band Small Faces, who did Ichiku Park. Right? Robert Stigwood is the man that produced Hair.
Oh, there you go.
So how's that for a...
There's some six degrees of separation right there. And
not Anthony Stewart Head, because his name hasn't left our lips.
Not yet.
In quite a few episodes.
No, I was thinking we need to tie him in, but we can't. Their cover of War Pigs is phenomenal, and it's amazing live as well.
Is it?
Yeah. Mike Patton can sing anything. He's got an incredible voice. And here's something. Here's a bit of trivia. Roddy Bottom, the keyboard player.
Does he? I thought he tops.
Well, I don't know, but
Well, his husband's really hot, so let's move on, please.
okay. We don't want to talk about the
Move on.
the hot husband.
Now,
yeah.
Billy Gould, is it?
Yes, the bass player.
Yeah, him nowadays is a total dilf.
Okay.
Back then, not so much.
Yeah,
But nowadays,
these are a bunch of guys that kind of got better with age, I think.
that's a lot of men do.
Yeah, I get told that all the time, but you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Zombie Eaters was a good example of songs that are really long but actually go somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's 6 minutes. It's not mega long, but yeah. Epic was, and you touched on this. You thought they were kind of a one-hit wonder. Epic was huge. They went from obscurity to number one. I don't know how many how many places in the world it went number one, but it was a lot.
When I go to a fashion show and I'm seeing someone's collection, I want there to be a through line in that collection. I'm not talking about the same color or the same pattern every single time. I'm talking about a through line that connects those pieces together. And that's what I heard in this album based around Epic, is that those few bars or those chords that keep popping up in other songs, or it feels like it's about to go into that sound, but then it doesn't. It goes off on its own. And that I liked. What did I give it?
I don't know.
Did I give it 3 stars?
Really? That doesn't seem.
I'll give it
like,
3.5.
That's not even. Is that enough? I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it's not. Look, it's classed as one of the best metal albums of recent time. It's not really metal. It's more diverse than metal.
Well,
but it's not. And I think if you ask the guys, are you a metal band? They say no, we're a rock band, and they are, because if you listen to early Faith No More, it's not metal at all. It's almost like surf rock, kind of skater rock. So
I'm going to hurt myself doing this, but if your music is intending for you to go like an idiot, that's metal. That was metal.
Yeah. It
just had a different sound to it. It didn't have a bit of it. Well, it had a very 90s grunge sound to it, I think.
Yeah. There was a touch of that. Surprise You're Dead's a metal song. So,
which one?
Surprise You're Dead. Which makes sense because the music was written by Jim Martin on guitar, and he's just a total metalhead. So that makes sense.
I didn't hate them, but this time I didn't not like them.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. That makes sense.
Like, I would be interested to hear more of what they had, as if that's what they're doing with their albums. In that there is that through line. There's a reason why, out of all the amazing songs that the Who have put out, all the amazing albums they've put out, I will still go to Tommy and Quadrophenia.
Yeah, okay,
straight up every time.
Sure,
because there is that journey that we're on, that amazing journey that we are on.
Yeah,
if you will, in Tommy. So that's what I do like. And I'm not talking about, as I say, with the fashion show, I don't want to see the same fucking color and pattern on every single dress.
Yeah.
I want a through line. I want it to be that theme.
And if you listen to their next album, like the previous album, We Care a Lot, or Introduce Yourself, We Care a Lot, different lead singer, completely different sound. And you listen to Angel Dust, which is the album after The Real Thing, and that was also a big hit. It didn't have a big single off it, but it was a big hit. Apart from Small Mystery, it doesn't sound anything like The Real Thing. So it's each album sounds different. So you don't
is
you
it
kind of yeah.
Oh, they're like the Madonna of metal.
They're like the Madonna of rock. So
yeah.
But that's all right.
No, it was
all right.
It was enjoyable, and it was very 90s.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I was thinking I would have preferred to have seen that album put onto the Broadway stage than Alanis's Jagged Little Pill.
Anything. anything.
Because whilst that's a good album, this actually has a through line.
Yeah, you could probably do
a musical through line. I mean,
I'd say Mike Patton do some theatre, and he'd probably do it. So, I mean, Alanis has got to milk that album for all she's got because it's literally all she's ever done. Let's be honest.
Oh, Thank You was a big hit.
Yeah. Okay.
But not as big as, or was it Uninvited? What was the album called? Whatever the album was called. I remember the song "Thank You, India."
Oh, well, Jagged Little
Whatever
Pill.
it was. The song was called "Thank You."
Yeah.
Jagged Little Pill was massive.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was it for her. So, unlike Faith No More, which is still putting out.
No, that's why I'm saying that her next album had that hit song "Thank You."
Oh,
that
really?
was a big hit, but
okay.
after that, she didn't have anything.
That was the end of it.
But Jagged Little Pill's been turned into a Don't you remember it? It went like "Thank You, India."
Oh yeah, thank you, Providence.
America.
Thank you, disillusionment. Yeah,
it was annoying.
Yeah, well, his song "Ironic" was not ironic, so there was nothing ironic about. Isn't it ironic? So yeah.
Yes, we know. There's something ironic in having to hear that fucking critique 50 million times since that album's been released. Everybody says it. No, I know I'm joking, but even I've said it myself.
Would you put any song off The Real Thing in a playlist on a mix?
No, I would have to give it more listens for it to grow on me, if anything, for that. But I don't think yet. There's nothing that got me really, really excited. I did like Zombie Eaters. That was a good song. And I know I made a joke about Trump fans. Hi to my right-wing friends out there.
Well,
those
of you that haven't been arrested for sedition yet, hi.
How fucked up is that the day before?
It's hilarious.
Day before
we
post that episode. And literally, like, that's what I'm saying, that this push and pull isn't going to lead anywhere. And what fucking happens?
There it is.
Oh, my godfathers.
See, that's way worse than what I said.
Yeah, I know. I cut it.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry the album didn't cause you more pain. And I'm sad that you didn't love it. So, you know.
Well, no, I liked it.
Yeah.
For me, 3.5 stars. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. But you weren't as in much pain as I was. Yeah. Okay. 3.5's good. I'll take that.
There's levels.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
considering I shit all over hair, so you know.
Well, I hope you're gonna wash it out.
I don't have enough anymore. So
yeah.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe people singing about long, luscious hair is just fuck off.
Yeah.
All right. Take your damn hair.
I've directed and performed numbers from hair. I did Donna as a solo.
Oh,
and
yeah. I hate
fucking hard.
I really hated that song. Okay.
It's so hard. For episode 13,
all right.
Apparently it is lucky for some because we're doing the musical 13, which is sung by 13-year-olds.
Okay.
And was the Broadway debut of Ariana Grande.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you're getting right on the hook with this one. I'm giving you the latest album from a band called Five Finger Death Punch, and the album's called F8. I'll send you the link. Five Finger Death Punch. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Depends where they're punching.
Well, they're punching down, I think. So anyway.
That's it from us this week. Special thanks to Death in Bloom for letting us use their song Samsara for our theme. Check out their music on YouTube, iTunes, whatever it's called these days, Apple fucking Music, Spotify, and more. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Thrash and Treasure. And check out our patreon.com/Blooming Theatricals. And be sure to check out the Toniston Tales, which you can find at thetonistonTales.com. Check the links below. That's it from us. You take care, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Hooroo.
Ciao.